Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 3 of my Back to Basics series. Boring but informative. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk all about concealing, so let's get straight into it. There are basically two main types of concealing that you can do. Your concealing to brighten and your spot concealing. So let's go through the differences first of all. Actually, let's talk about some concealers first of all, the types of concealers that you can get. You have your cream. This would be a cream concealer. This one is by Sonia Kashuk. It is just a pot concealer. This is a cream. And stick foundation or stick concealers. This one is by NYX. Let's see. This is actually more of a highlighter, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much a highlighter. So, but that's what it looks like. It's a stick concealer. Right here's another one. This is by Lorac. Again, I think this is more of a highlighter, but you could use it under the eyes for sure. Or for brightening, I guess. So with cream and stick foundations, they are more thick and heavy. They are typically better for dry skin, and for me, I think they're better at spot concealing than for under the eye, because since they are a thicker consistency, I think they can crease a lot easier, and with your lines under your eyes, you don't want that to crease more than they already do if they do. The other main type of concealer that I use is a liquid concealer. The two most popular ones that I use right now are the Naked Skin by Urban Decay and the Tarte Shape Tape. So these are liquid. These are better for oily skin, and I think better for the under eye brightening areas. So those are just a couple examples of what types of concealers you can get. I think it's just all about playing around with them, figuring out what works best for you. One difference between spot concealing and your brightening concealer is when you spot conceal, you want that shade to be as close to your foundation shade as you can possibly get, because you want that to blend in. You want to conceal any spots you have and obviously blend into your foundation. With brightening, you want your shade to be 1 to 2 shades brighter than your skin tone, so you can really make it pop and cover those dark circles and brighten up the eyes. Now, you don't want to go any lighter than that, because if you go any lighter, it can actually sheer out the coverage and not cover your dark circles. What I do with applying either spot concealing or brightening concealer is always apply my foundation first. So I already have my foundation down. I used a Revlon Photo Ready Airbrush Effect foundation. I don't know if they still make this anymore. It's been in my drawer, and this is my like go-to foundation when I do stuff like this, when I know I'm gonna wipe it off right away. So I'm pretty sure it's expired. Probably shouldn't be wearing it. I'm wearing it anyways. So I always apply foundation first. The reason I do that one with spot concealing is I think if you spot conceal first and then apply foundation, it can tend to wipe away what you already laid down. Also, if you spot conceal after you put your foundation covers most of the spots anyways, so then you can just go into the spots that need the extra coverage. So you're actually using less product with your concealer. I also do my brightening concealer after the foundation. This is because obviously if you apply your brightening first, then your foundation, it's going to cancel out the brightening pretty much. So we will quickly talk about the spot concealing first, how I go about doing it. I don't have to do that a whole lot because I don't suffer from acne. I do get spots here and there. There is one right here. I don't even know if you guys can see it from there, but I do have one, so I'll just show you quick how I spot conceal. I'm going to take the cream concealer. This is a Sonia Kashuk one. I'm just going to dip my finger in here. You could also use a brush, a concealer brush. I just prefer to use my finger, clean finger. I just pat it over the spot, and that's all I do. And then I'm going to switch fingers just because I got a little too much product on that one. And you pat it out to blend it out. Now, the reason you do the patting motion and not like a rubbing or swiping motion is because you don't want to disturb the foundation that you've already laid down. The patting motion is going to focus that concealer on that spot and not anywhere else, and it's not going to drag around the foundation. So that's basically it for spot concealing. Then you would repeat that for any other spots that you would have. And for now, I think that is all right. So let's move on to brightening. So for brightening, I either use that Urban Decay, the Tarte Shape Tape, or my Age Rewind by Maybelline. This is the shade Brightener. The light shade is not light enough. I think that would be good for spot concealing for me, so I have to use the brightener. So these are 3 great products to use. The Tarte Shape Tape is the most full coverage, so if you do suffer from dark circles, I suggest this one. This one from the drugstore, the Maybelline Age Rewind, is fantastic. I think this is my #1 used concealer. So this one's pretty much dried up. I lost the lid, so I'm not going to use this one today. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, what I'm going to do is first apply the concealer in a triangular shape under my eyes. The reason I do the triangle shape is, one, because that is the area that typically has the dark circles. I don't really suffer from dark circles right now, but I still like to brighten up that area. And I bring it up the bridge of my nose too. And then I place a little bit on my eyelid just because that's how I prime my eyelid, so I do it now to get it out of the way. So you can draw a triangle shape and then fill it in. I just like to do a couple dots because I don't like to go overboard with my concealer. That's how you can tend to get too cakey. You can always add more if it's not enough, if you need more coverage. I like to start with a little bit. So if you can see, it's kind of the triangular shape. And I'm going to extend it out just a little bit, but that can easily be blended out. The reason I'm doing the triangle shape is because it is going to make my cheekbones look raised. I'm going to blend this out quick. With the Tarte Shape Tape, I think it dries down rather quickly, so I like to place a little bit, then blend it, then move on to the next spot and continue like that. That just depends. Sometimes I'll lay it all down at once too. Alright, can you tell the difference here between the brightened side and the non-brightened side? I look a lot more awake now, and this is definitely, I think, a lot lighter than 1 to 2 shades. It's definitely 2 shades at least. This foundation color is the wrong shade for me, so make sure you just do 1 to 2 shades darker, and when I put the contour and everything out, it'll balance itself out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side. Alright, that is the under eye area brightened. Now, yes, I do look crazy, but once I have everything else on, it will look normal. I'm also going to brighten up a couple other areas on my face. I typically do a small dot on my chin, my Cupid's bow down the bridge of my nose, and then a little bit on my forehead. These are all the high points on your face. So these are the spots that the sun would normally hit and you would look naturally brighter anyways. So I'm just faking that with makeup. Again, we want to dab with this. We don't want to wipe because we want to keep it right where it's at and not disturb the layer of foundation underneath. All right, and that is basically it right there. Now we have the concealer laid. The next step that I would do is set it immediately. The under eye especially, because if you set it right away, then it has less chances to crease. I am going to leave mine right now though because I have a separate video for setting, so just know that the next step would be to set your face. And I think that is all I have for you today. That was short, quick, hopefully painless and easy for you. Hope you got a couple things out of this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.